Hello students, let's pick up where we left off with number 10. The problem asks for the length of a rectangle. It says the length is 3 inches less than twice its width. The perimeter is 30 inches. What is the length of the rectangle? Well, the first thing we need to think about is how do we find perimeter? And the perimeter of a rectangle is 2 times the length plus 2 times the width. The total perimeter is 30, and they tell us that the length is 3 less than 2 times the width. So in the formula for the perimeter, we can say 30 equals 2 times length plus 2 times width. And for length, we can substitute 2w minus 3, or 3 less than 2 times the width. So that will give us 30 equals 2 times 2w minus 3 plus 2w. And if we multiply that out, we'll have 30 equals 4w minus 6 plus 2w. We can add the w's together and get 30 equals 6w minus 6. We can add 6 to both sides to isolate the variable w by itself. So that'll give us 36 equals 6w. Divide both sides by 6 and we get w equals 6. But that isn't the question. That's the first step. But they told us that the length is 3 less than 2 times the width. The width is 6, so we can substitute 6 for w and have 2 times 6 minus 3, or 12 minus 3, or 9 for the length. The length is 9. The answer is B. Oh, let's see. I've got to turn the page. Sorry. Number 11. A company charges $211.25 for 5 trees and 15 shrubs. The company charges $15.25 more for a tree than a shrub. How much does each shrub cost? We're going to let X equal the cost of a shrub, and X plus $15.25 equals the cost of a tree, because each tree costs $15.25 more than a shrub. We know that they bought 15 shrubs, so 15x, and they bought 5 trees, and x plus 15.25 equals the cost of a tree. So our equation will be 15x plus 5 times x plus 15.25 equals 211.25. That's 15 times the cost of a shrub plus 5 times the cost of a tree equals the total cost of 211.25. Multiplying out, we get 15x plus 5x plus 76.25 equals 211.25. If we add the x's together, we get 20x plus 76.25 equals 211.25. Subtract 76.25 from both sides to get x by itself, and we have 20x equals 135. If we divide both sides by 20, we get x equals $6.75. And when we set up the problem, we said that x equals the cost of a shrub. So that means that each shrub costs $6.75. The answer is A. Number 12. In which table is y a function of x? Remember that a function is an expression or an equation for which there is only one output for each input. For example, if I said x plus 2 equals 4, the only answer is 2 plus 2 equals 4. So that would be an example of a function. If I said x squared equals 4, that would not be a function because 2 squared equals 4 but -2 squared equals 4 also. So that's the difference. All right, so we want to look at these tables and see which one shows one value for y for every value of x. If we look in the first table, A, we see that there is a value of 5 for x equals 2 and a value of 3 for x equals 2. That can't be a function because there are two different y values for the same x value of 2. For B, we have 5 equals 2 and 5 equals 4. Again, this can't be a function because we have a value of 2 and 4 for the x value of 5. We have two different y values for the x value of 5. When we look at table C, we have 2, 3, 4, and 5 for x, and we have -1, 0, -5, and 7 for the y values. For each x value, there's one value for y. These are each unique. Now, this is a function. C does represent a function. In table D, negative for x equals -1, y equals 3, but then for x equals -1, y equals 5. We have two y values for the same x value of -1, so D cannot be a function. The only table that represents a function is C. The answer for 12 is C. Number 14. Smart Student Learning Center charges students a registration fee. Oh, I'm sorry, students. I've skipped over number 13. Let me get number 13. Please excuse me. Number 13, Limousine Company P and Company R both charge a rental fee plus an additional charge per hour. The equation y equals 50 plus 30x models the total cost y of renting a limousine from Company P. So $30 is their hourly charge at Company P. The table below shows the cost to rent a limousine from Company R for different lengths of time. So you can look at the table and see that from hour 1 to hour 2, the rate goes up $25. From hour 2 to hour 3, the rate goes up $25. From hour 3 to hour 4, the rate goes up $25. From hour 4 to hour 5, the rate goes up $25. So, Company R has an hourly rate of $25. Company P has an hourly rate of $30. So if you look at the choices, B is the appropriate selection. Company P charges $5 more per hour than Company R. They charge $30. Company R charges $25. Okay? So now let me turn the page back and go back to 14. This is the Smart Student Learning Center charges students a registration fee of $25 plus an hourly rate of $30 for after-school tutoring. Brilliant Student Learning Center charges students for after-school tutoring based on the table below. And we see that as they move from 1 hour of tutoring to 3 hours of tutoring, the total cost goes up $70. So the charge for 2 hours of tutoring is $70 or $35 an hour. And that's true from 3 to 5 hours, it goes up $70. From 5 to 7 hours, it goes up $70. So for each 2-hour block of time, they charge $70 or $35 per hour. Why is hour number 1 $45? Because they charge a $10 registration fee plus the $35 tutoring fee. So the question is, if they need 4 hours of tutoring, which statement is true? Brilliant Student charges $35 an hour. Smart Student charges $30 an hour. So Brilliant Student charges $5 more per hour than Smart Student Learning Center? The answer is B. Number 16. Which equation represents a linear function? A linear function is one in which both x and y are raised to the first power. And if we look at letter A, x is raised to the second power, it is squared. If we look at letter B, x is raised to the second power, it is squared. If we look at letter D, x is in the denominator. It's in the bottom of the fraction. And so that means that it has a negative power of -1. It's not raised to the first power. The only choice where x and y are both raised to the first power is C. So the correct answer to number 15 is C.